So my father passed away when I was 7 years old, and my mom would take me to all the local parks in the area, and every one of these parks had something different. One of them had the biggest merry-go-round, one of them had the tallest swing set or a tree I like to climb. One of them had a frisbee golf course. At the time, it was 1976, I did not realize that it was the only frisbee golf course in the world. So it wasn't even special to me. It was just a thing that we did when we went to that park. When I was 11 years old, we moved closer to the park, and then I started playing every day. And I loved playing, but when I look back, the thing I think that attracted me most was all of the men at the course that took on the roles of father figures to me. I think I found my dads, basically. So that was who I was playing with. The Oak Grove Gophers were, that was the local club. I was, for the most part, the only junior that played every single day for a while. There were a couple kids of club members, but they would come out with when their parents came. I was there every day. And to this day, it's the best people I've ever known in my life. They raised me, they took care of me, they never let anything really bad happen to me. I had some missteps, but they didn't let me fall too far. The highlights of my disc golf career, it's not the success on the course. It's number one, it's the relationships that I've built with all the people in the sport, and it's been the ability to travel. I just realized we're at our 20th country on this tour. And so getting to travel around everywhere in the US, all over the world, and see the world has been the best thing, along with the people. The people come first, but that's such an obvious answer that I like to add a second answer because that's a little more satisfying of an answer. But, and by the way, and don't get me wrong, I've loved the competition part. I've loved competing, I've loved winning, I've loved losing, I don't care, but that's just not the most important thing to me. It never has been. Yeah, so I was away from the sport for 13 years, and I had 10 or 11 really good years. I was very successful financially, in my business, as a parent, in life, but there was a series of events. Some of them I caused myself, I guess. Probably we're responsible for some of the things that happened to us. But the bottom fell out of the internet world, and my house got foreclosed on, and I went through a divorce, and I ended up having a problem with substance abuse for not a long period in my life, but it was a very intense period in my life. And I came back to the sport to find myself again, to find my identity, to find who I was. I realized that I never should have left, that this is who I am. And so I came back to be me again. So my expectations, I expect to win every time I play. And people might laugh at that answer, but if you want to be successful as an athlete, that is the attitude you have to have. You need to expect to win, you need to plan on winning, you need to feel like you're the best. Whether or not that happens, I'll let you know in August. But that is my expectations are to win every time I go out. And what I'm looking forward to, this is going to sound like a cheap answer, but I'm looking forward to all of it because the reason why I travel full time is that I just want new experiences, new tournaments, new places, new people, new courses, new museums, new restaurants, new everything. We travel full time. We don't own a single thing that we can't fit into 2 backpacks. Not counting work stuff like golf discs and merchandise for sale, but if you take away my work stuff, Everything me and my girlfriend own can fit into 2 backpacks. We don't have a storage unit. We don't have a box of things at our parents' house, and we're never going to stop. This is not a trip. This is how we live. We live on the road. And the reason why we do this, number one, is because we want to do something tomorrow that we've never done before. Like, we live for the next new thing. So every tournament is the next new thing. So that's why we're doing it. Yeah. The number one thing you have to have is proper mechanics. You need to have proper technique. If your technique is not good, you have a ceiling that you're going to have a hard time getting past. You have to throw correctly, to throw well, to throw far, to throw consistently, to throw accurately, and to throw without injury. If you don't throw correctly, any one or multiple of those things will not go the way you're intending. The biggest advice I have for young players is that do it. You are never going to be young again. And I'm sorry if I make every parent out there angry, but college will be there. Okay? If you're 18 years old, you will never be 18 again. If you go out and try to play disc golf for a living for 10 years, your college will be there again. Your career will be waiting for you. You can get married later, you can have kids later, you can buy a house, you can work on your retirement, you can be a grown-up. Do it while you can. Because once you have a career and a mortgage and kids, you're not going to be able to do this. And then when the kids are out of the house, you're not 18 anymore. So my biggest advice is, if you're young, do it while you can. Don't waste your younger years on a career.